So the macro landscape right now is looking a little bit shaky, which is leading to Bitcoin having a little bit of a pullback and the overall crypto market also pulling back. So in today's video, I want to discuss what is going on with crypto, but also taking a laser focused look at XRP, the recent news, what I'm doing with my trades and the TA around it, so you guys can be fully up to date with my opinion as to what's happening with XRP and the cryptocurrency market. If you're new here, we talk about XRP and crypto every single day here on this channel. So do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, concerns, or advice on how I can bring you guys more value, let me know down there in the comment section. Please remember that nothing in my videos is financial advice. And before we jump into the boring old macro stuff that dictates where we're going to go next, look at this. XRP ETF confidence soars to 90%. So this is basically the retail market's expectation on Ripple getting an ETF approved this year in 2025. So that's absolutely awesome to see. And of course, an XRP ETF approval could be very positive for the price action. However, I think the actual approval, the news of the approval, might actually be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. So that's something to be prepared for. If you are expecting a massive rocket the second we get that news, more likely would be when the news of it being approved in the future happens, like we get confirmation, the price will probably go up. And then when it's actually approved, normally we get a pullback, which is what we saw with Bitcoin just before we went on a rocket mission right here. We saw a pullback from 48,000 to 38,000, $10,000 drop. And then we went rocketing. And then same with Ethereum. Except Ethereum hasn't gone rocketing yet, and that has an ETF approval. So yes, this is a bullish news, but be aware that there may be more price action that is unexpected to come from it. Now, Ripple also aims to rewire the entire banking system, says the CEO at XRP Las Vegas. And I'm so annoyed that I missed this because I was at Bitcoin Las Vegas and I missed out on this one because I had to fly. So very annoying stuff there, but exciting. This is exactly what the XRP community wants to hear. We also have, of course, the investors in XRP in pain right now as profits evaporate. Many XRP investors are currently underwater, according to a recent Glassnode report. Around the $3.40 peak, 70% of XRP's capital was snatched up. So again, guys, this is what we like to discuss here on this channel. We don't want to be doing what the majority of retail investors are doing. The majority of retail investors, it seems, were buying up here at the peaks. What we do, or what I do here on this channel more importantly, is I'm around when everyone is fed up, when everyone is scared. A very similar sentiment to what's happening right now. I feel a lot of people are bored. They're sick and tired of XRP. I see the comments. They're angry. They're annoyed. And this is normally where opportunity lies. Now, I could see easily XRP pulling back in the short term down to $1 maybe, or even lower, guys. This is something that is possible and part of my trading thesis. This is something you need to understand about myself, is when I'm involved in something, I have a plan for the upside, but also the downside. So if XRP was to drop that low, we'd probably be going into, or if not already in, a bear market for the overall crypto market. And I would be planning to dollar cost average as that happened, just like I did over here. If we get such a severe drop in XRP, in fact, I'll probably be dollar cost averaging heavily in the spot market rather than my low leverage trading strategy here. My low leverage trading strategy here is because I believe we're in a bull market, and I believe there's going to be a next leg of this bull market. And when we start to move, I will start to shave profits from these positions. You can see our Bitcoin position, our SUI, XRP, Ethereum position, all in profit. And we have the Solana position now in $1,000 loss. We did bolster up this position on a recent pullback, and so far we haven't bounced, but I'm planning for a move to the upside, and then I can start taking profits. And the key here is I hold these projects in my spot bag. So I don't want to take profit in the short term from my spot bag. That's more of a long-term swing trade. This is a shorter term swing trade. If you guys want to do something similar, I use Blowfin as one of the exchanges that I do this on. I also copy trade over on Blowfin and follow this copy trader, which you can see the links down there in the description. This is some recent profit that we had, but Blowfin, you can trade on the spot market, the futures market, and copy trade, all without providing personal details. And that's why I think it's key here. You can trade from anywhere in the world if you use the links down there in my description. Now, The reason why we're talking about the profits evaporating, guys, is we don't want to trade like normal retail investors. We either want to go against the grain and simply dollar cost average over the long term. I have a really good friend of mine who's been doing this for years with XRP, and he is up so significantly, it's eye-watering, and I'm so happy for him. But guess what? He's not scared in a moment like this. He's preparing for the move to the upside. The other side of that is actually trading these moves, and that way, if you are trading like I am, you have to be prepared to take profits. Most people, they want to sell here and they want to buy here. And that, when you look at it, you're like, obviously you would be buying here and selling here, but not many people actually do that. So I want to take you guys on the journey of me potentially doing that and hopefully being profitable while doing it. And if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button down there in the comment section. Now, we also have Ripple XRP, RLUSD to enter Europe, Brazil, and help with cross-border payments, which is something that's great to see. And we have a $121 million boost from a NASDAQ-listed firm betting. So here we have XRP could become the treasury asset soon, with Vivo Power's plan to buy $121 million worth of XRP tokens. The NASDAQ-listed firm announcement was followed by Chinese mobility startup Webus plan to buy $300 million in XRP for a reserve. XRP gained 3% on Tuesday, back above $2.25, but right now we have lost some of that momentum right here. So you see the good news just keeps piling up, but there isn't much of a move to the upside, which I know is frustrating. But we could be setting the stage for a massive recovery with this growing institutional adoption. A lot of people are talking about this right now as we speak. So I think that what is holding XRP back is the fact that we're very clearly in a Bitcoin season. A lot of people don't believe that XRP has anything to do with Bitcoin, but I do. I think it does very much. And when we're in a Bitcoin season, when the Bitcoin dominance is high, which we see right now, let's just get the Bitcoin dominance up. We can see here Bitcoin's dominance is high right now. When this starts to drop, that's when we start to see things rally. Just take a look at this little moment in time here where the dominance finally dropped after basically years of rallying, right? We had this drop. It was a drop of about 11%. This was November 2024, all the way into the start of the following year. Guess what XRP did in that moment of time? Look at this. It went up between 474% and 572%, while Bitcoin's dominance was falling. Then Bitcoin's dominance started to rise. Guess what happened? XRP's price started to drop. So I think it's very closely linked to the way Bitcoin moves, and that's why we have to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin right now is trying to hold on to 105,000, but we can see that it's actually been rejected here at about 106,700. So what we want to do is hold this support and head higher. If we lose this support, I would expect us to come down to the low $100,000 region to retest that liquidity, potentially grab some of the liquidity, because we have so many people still long on this market. Now the shorts are building up fast, but there are still more longs on the market, which makes me a little bit skeptical as to the short-term moves to the upside. There is a lot of liquidity that sits below us if these longs are liquidated, which I believe is something that happens in this market. Couple that with some uncertain macro events like the Fed Chair Jerome Powell announcing interest rates remaining unchanged, which a lot of people do not like. And we also have Donald Trump saying more talks about tariffs, basically extremely hard to make a deal with China. The market likes certainty. They don't like uncertainty, and things like the interest rates not being reduced, things like more tariffs coming to the market is not good for the macro. However, we have good things. For example, a sitting president is filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. This is Donald Trump himself. We also have Donald Trump potentially removing the debt ceiling, which I don't know if it has long-term massive bad ramifications. We'll have to leave that to the ether and see what happens. But this could create mass amounts of money printing. A mass amount of money printing could be very bullish for Bitcoin, as we've seen in the past. Bullish news for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is bullish news for the overall cryptocurrency market, of course, of which XRP sits in. So if you guys do want to make the best of the current market situation, I have a link down there as well to BitUnex. BitUnex, you can get over 8,000 USDT worth of newbie benefits right now. They have 1.3 million global users, over 200 million in futures trading volume per day, and over 200 200 trading pairs, which include XRP. Right now, they've had 0 incidents, cutting edge encryption, and a reserve fund of 1 for 1. All right, so if you guys do want to come and make the best of this right now, you can grab the links to all of the exchanges that I use in the description. Please always do your own research so you understand what you're getting involved in. But right now, I think it's a great time to be trying to take advantage of the market if you have your strategy and you know what you're doing. So those are exchanges that I use. They're in the description. Thank you to each and every one of you for watching the video all the way to the end. Make sure you subscribe if you want to stay up to date, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.